Good morning. Welcome to the weekend vlog, which will be part of Vlogmas. And I've been up about an hour, but I spend my first hour playing New York Times word puzzles, checking email, and checking social media. And then I try to be off. So today is Saturday, and our my town, not my hometown, but my town is having a little Christmas celebration that I thought that I would bring you along to. Hopefully it warms up. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about the books that I am reading currently that I have got from the library. So let's spend the weekend together. It is really cold here today. I made the mistake. If you live in an old house with a radiator, sometimes the upstairs rooms with radiators get very hot, and my radiators need to be bled. But, so it was either an all or nothing situation. So it was so warm in my room. The other night, I turned my radiators off in my room. I was freezing all night long, and now I'm in my office, and even with new windows, my radiators just don't crank out enough heat. But first things first, I need to do an hour of work this morning, and then I'll sit and share some books with you. Okay, well, that was probably the smallest and, I hate to say, saddest Christmas festival in a town that I have seen. Now, it's been a couple years since I've been to this one, but it always used to be so much bigger when my kids were little. And even when my oldest grandkids were little, there was more. There weren't very many people. The parade was really short, but it got me out of the house. Got to see did you hear that? She sounds so vicious. And she's playing with Nellie, who does not want to be played with. Anyway, it was nice. Got to see my granddaughter in the parade. Got to hang out with the littlest grandson. He's the baby. He's 4. Yeah, so now I'm going to go to work, and I want to chat a little bit about my December TBR. And since this is a weekend vlog, tomorrow we are hoping to do some holiday house painting. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, happy Sunday morning. And I have to admit, today I was going to get up and I was going to go to a holiday event at our local Living History Museum. It's about a half hour away. And like so often these days, I got up and then lost my desire to go do it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm working a little today, and I thought I would chat about my December TBR, which is short. It's short and sweet because I know my limitations. I know what I've been reading the last few months, and so yeah, it's going to be a short, simple one. But I don't know if you have seen like those viral reels going around of people painting the Michaels houses, the little houses, you know, the plain little houses, and everyone's like, oh, do a girls' night. We were going to do that. We were actually going to do it after Thanksgiving dinner, but it wound up just being too much because our grandson had a birthday party right afterward, and it was just too much to fit in. So maybe we'll do it today. At least my oldest daughter and probably my granddaughter. So I don't know, we'll see. But let's get to the TBR. One of the things I am definitely buying for myself is a much taller tripod that I can move around because I really need one. But let's get, she's watching that cat, and I never, in all of our years having a million cats and foster kittens, I have never had an issue with my tree. Every once in a while, a cat will take a swipe at a low-hanging ornament, but other than that, I have never had cats try to climb trees. And this is only our second year with a fake tree. Before that, we always had live trees or real trees, and they never climbed in them. So I don't know what I don't know why, but our cats have just never done that. All right, on to the books. So the first book that I am currently reading is this Newbery winner called Free Water by Amina Luckman Dawson. I've been trying to read a John Newbery Award winner every month for the year 2025. I didn't get it every month, but I have done quite a few, and I did it because I have missed reading middle grade books now that I'm not teaching. And I've read many, many, many old Newbery winners, but I realized I really hadn't read very many from the last 15 years. As a teacher, I did try to read new literature, but admittedly, you do get stuck in the rut of reading your favorites every year. This I am thoroughly enjoying so far. It is about a runaway slave and his sister who, as they're running away, actually meet up with another slave who takes them to a community in the swamp of other slaves who have run away and slaves that were actually born in the swamp, so they have been born free. And where I'm at right now, they're just being introduced to this new community. Homer's problem is he ran away, and his mother was with the two kids, but he had made a promise to a friend that if he ran, he would take her. So the mother returned to get his friend, and now they're separated. So I don't know how it will all turn out, but this is such a good book. I definitely would have read this to my class when we talked about the Underground Railroad, because I taught 4th grade social studies. So loving this book. On a totally different level, or totally different genre, I should say, we have the Sweeney Sisters. It is written by Leanne Dolan. I got this book out of the library because first, I love the cover. It almost reminded me of Little Women with the 4 sisters. But it says, a big-hearted belly laugh of a book, a story to savor and share. And I thought, well, that sounds like the perfect book to read right now. So far, I've only read the first couple of chapters, and it is about three sisters who are close. They're close, closely knit family whose father has just passed away. And so they are all coming to his house from across the country to talk about the next steps. Now, I know the premise of the book is that there is another sister who took a DNA test and who found out that this man is also her father, unbeknownst to everybody else in the story. So I am looking forward to this book. So far, I am really enjoying it. In my last video, well, my last vlog maybe, I did talk about this book that I got at the library for free at the free book table. It is called The Magic of Sea Glass by Jenny Hale. I got this book because the setting is Rodanthe in the Outer Banks, which is my favorite place to go. I love the Outer Banks. I haven't been there in a few years, but it is on my list to go back. We did a huge family vacation there a few years ago. And even now, even the littlest of the kids are like, oh, we want to go back. It was so much fun. But that is why I picked up this book. So basically, it is about an event planner named Lauren who breaks up with her fiance, and she decides to quit her job and go to the Outer Banks to take care of this old ramshackle inn in Rodanthe, North Carolina, with its elderly owner. And of course, I'm sure there's some romance thrown in here, but it's pretty much the basic tale of I'm going to go run an old inn and change my life. So there's something to be said. It's a comfort read. And then I got this book. I really loved the cover. I loved the picture on it, but I also love the way it feels. And I love like the torn edge pages. It is called The Enchanted Life of Adam Hope. And it is written by Rhonda Riley. Now, I have never heard of this book before, but let me just kind of read you the blurb. So it takes place at the end of World War II, and it is about a young woman named Evelyn whose life is transformed when she finds a badly burned soldier in the fields, but he's almost completely buried in the soil on her farm. So she rescues him, but it becomes clear that he is not an ordinary man. He is almost like a newborn. He's extremely innocent. He recovers at an unnatural speed, and then he begins to change. First into Evelyn's mirror image, and then into her complement, a man she comes to know as Adam. Get it? Evelyn and Adam, Adam and Eve. They fall in love, sharing a connection that reaches the essence of Evelyn's being. But the small town where they live is not ready to accept the likes of Adam, and his unusual origin becomes the secret at the center of their seemingly normal marriage. They raise 5 daughters who have some of his supernatural gifts. And then there is a tragic accident, and they must flee to Florida, of all places, to avoid ostracism and prying doctors. A little magical realism. It sounds pretty interesting. Something different. So yeah, this is on my TBR. So, oh my face itches. That is what I am reading this December. I don't really... Last year I read a really cute Christmas book. I don't really have any Christmas books. I might try to find like a cute short little Christmas book on Libby. But I think those 4 books will keep me plenty busy, along with shopping and parties and family things. So that's what I'm reading. I think right now I'm going to sit and enjoy. I have a nice cup of hazelnut coffee. and then figure out what I'm doing for the day. Well, I wasn't feeling super great today, so we wound up not painting houses, and yeah, I didn't really do much of anything. But I did work on my paint by number. Look at how intricate this is. It's so big and it's so intricate. I think I want to try a smaller one, but this is what it's going to look like. And it's so pretty, but it's so small, so tiny. Like some places are so small that I think I could do like a one hair paintbrush. So I was working on that. And now I'm going to work. You know, evenings now are hard. I can stay pretty busy during the day, but evening rolls around and it's just super quiet, and I've just been really lethargic in the evenings. I haven't been getting my step count in during the day. There's a ton of stuff that I should be doing, and I just don't feel like doing any of it. So I'm trying to get out of that slump. I'm pretty busy this week. We have basketball, three days worth of basketball. I have a grief support group on Tuesday, granddaughter's birthday on Sunday, which keeps me really busy. Just like this weekend, going to Christmas uptown. But then you come home and it's different being alone because you want to be alone, and different being alone because you have to be alone, or you just are alone, not by your choice. You know what I mean? So I'm staying busy, and I am going to work because I can work. So that is how I'm spending my Sunday night. So that is the end of my weekend vlog. It was probably not very exciting, but that's what a vlog is, right? It's your life. So I will catch you on the next Vlogmas video. Okay, you knew it was coming, and here is question 5 for Vlogmas Day 5. If you could only have one topping on your pizza, what would you choose? That is very easy for me because when I order pizza, I generally just get mushrooms on it. Sometimes I'll get more. If I do get more, I'll put like onions and mushrooms and tomato and spinach, but generally my one go-to topping is mushroom. Of course, cheese too, but I don't even count that. That's not really a topping. It's just you assume that it's going to have cheese. So what is your favorite topping on pizza? And on that note, I will catch you on the next Vlogmas video. Happy reading!